Okay.
Gotta go pretty for the camera. What are you talking about? I didn't say that.
Okay.
Just start.
Sure you ready?
Okay.
All right.
Are you?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
All right, ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
It's been a while. I'm a little nervous. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hey guys, Duke from Retro Nonsense here, along with Gameboy. It's been a while since we had just a kind of a chat video. But actually, I was tagged by Mrs. and Mighty QDawg for the 5 games you're embarrassed you've never played, or embarrassed, or ashamed, or whatever the term is. So I'm going to respond to that real quick, and then we're going to chat a little bit about some current events and some stuff going on with the family here. So I'll get right to my top 5 list here. Now, first of all, I'm not really ashamed or embarrassed that I haven't played these games, but I guess these are some of the games that would invoke someone saying, "What? You've never played that?" kind of thing. So I will go over the list here. So these aren't in any particular order, but these are the first 5 that came to my mind. So the first one is Final Fantasy. I've never played any Final Fantasy games ever. And I probably never will because I don't like RPGs. So how about you? Do you like RPGs?
Yeah, but
Turn-based?
I don't like the turn-based combat. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I like games like Oblivion.
I like those too. I have played Oblivion, and I really enjoyed Oblivion. I don't really consider that an RPG. I know it has
Yes,
RPG.
it is.
It has RPG
How
elements.
is it not an RPG?
I'm not saying it's not. It's not what you typically
You just
would.
said it wasn't.
I said it's not really an RPG. It's an action adventure game with RPG elements. That's how I would.
It's an
it's
RPG
subjective.
with action and adventure
Fine.
elements.
We're gonna
It's
argue.
mostly RPG.
It's mostly RPG.
Yeah.
I would disagree with that.
Well, what makes it action adventure?
Because primarily you're running around and hitting things from a third person perspective or first person.
And third person.
Okay, but my point is it's primarily an action game that has collecting elements and leveling up elements.
Mostly.
So what about
collecting.
Zelda? Is that RPG?
Zelda
It's the same exact
is
thing.
not. No, it's not.
Why? You collect things, you level up.
Zelda it does have RPG elements.
So does Oblivion.
Yeah, but an RPG is a role playing game. In Zelda, you're not. You're Link.
Well, aren't you a character in Oblivion?
No, you're your own guy.
But still, it's still not you. It's a character.
It can be you.
So because someone else made up Link, and Link is a metaphor for you linking to the game. So that's why his name's Link.
It is?
Yeah, Link.
I never knew that.
It's just but he has characteristics. He's got a green outfit. He doesn't look like you.
Yeah, I know, but Oblivion is mainly.
All right, we're not going to get anywhere with
because
this argument.
that's what that's the main. In the thing, it's called an action adventure RPG.
What does it call itself? That's a good question. What is it?
Well, IGN I think calls it like an action adventure RPG. I think it calls itself.
Okay, so action adventure was first.
Or
then
RPG.
RPG
Just
was
because
second.
it's first, it does.
So it's primarily an RPG. I mean, action adventure.
No, it is
All right,
primarily.
we're done.
No,
Fine.
we're not done.
Fine, it's an RPG. Who cares?
The main thing is leveling
Let me get back
up
to the list. We're
and stuff.
getting off topic.
It's
Okay, fine.
You guys comment below what you think it is.
Yeah, please, fine. We'll settle the argument in the comments.
We'll take a poll.
Final Fantasy, I've never played one. I don't care to because I'm not a big fan of that series at all. I never really played it. I don't have any interest in it. I tried playing Earthbound with the club a couple of months ago, and I really gave it a try, and I just was like, this is not for me. So I'm just not an RPG guy.
Well,
It's turn-based. I just don't like all the
Yeah, I
text and you're waiting and you sit there and watch them fight. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
I'm not criticizing it. It's just not for me.
That's the same with me, but there is a select game. There's like a select few games that I will play and just not, care about what the combat is like because the rest of the game is great. And that game is Pokemon Y. Because
Is that an RPG game? Pokemon?
yeah. It's like it
They're
has
RPGs?
Yeah, it's an RPG.
That's in the list, so let me get through this.
Okay, but wait. It has turn-based combat, and that's the one thing I don't like about it, and I usually don't play turn-based combat games. But Pokemon has enough redeeming qualities that I'll still play it.
Okay, speaking of Pokemon, that is on my list as well. I've never played a Pokemon game before. Because of my age, I missed out on that craze in the 90s. I was a little too old for that. So I just never had an interest in it. And to this day, I've never played a Pokemon game ever. So I don't know anything about it. I just know you capture creatures, and there's a Pokeball, and there's a kid with spiky hair, and then the yellow thing. from the TV show Pikachu.
Pikachu.
That's all I know. And obviously the Pokemon Go craze is just all over the place.
Yeah, do you play Pokemon Go,
Nope.
man? Oh,
No, no interest. Okay.
so it won't work.
So anyway, that's Final Fantasy, Pokemon. Let's see what else is on here. I've never played a Kirby game, which is another one of those staple NES or Nintendo
so
games.
great.
That I probably would be interested in. I just haven't had an opportunity or chance
They
to
have the
play
new
it.
one that came out, the robot one, the Kirby Planet Robobot. It looks so cool. Come there.
Yeah, it does look fun. I probably would enjoy Kirby. I just have never played a Kirby game, believe it or not. Okay, now the top two are, I guess, closest to the category, I guess, of being embarrassed or ashamed. Not really, but I've never played a Mega Man X game before. Now, I don't know why. I was a huge Mega Man fan on the NES, and then for some reason when Super Nintendo came around, I just never played a Mega Man X game. So I've never played a Mega Man X game before.
I played it on
I
Xbox.
really want to. Have you?
Yeah, on Xbox 360.
Mega Man X, like how many? I'm not sure how many
I don't
there
know.
are.
It just said Mega Man X, and
Maybe
it
it's
was
the
like
first one.
we got the demo that was free for it, and I played it, and it's pretty cool.
So
I remember that there was like a baseball stadium level. That's about it.
So there you go. I've never played a Mega Man
Oh,
X
God.
game, and I'm a pretty big Mega Man fan. And the final one, the fifth one, is going to be Symphony of the Night, and that was also on Melissa's list as well, and I think Joe's as well from STC Pod. But that's a game that I'm a huge Castlevania fan, but I did miss out on the PS1 era because I had a Nintendo 64 and then went to the GameCube and never had a PS1 until recently. Well, I got the PS2 Slim, which plays PS1 games. But anyway,
I have PlayStation 2.
yeah, fine as yours, whatever. But I actually recently stumbled upon it in the wild, as they say, at a retro store for about $40.
Do we have
And I'm
it?
really we don't. I'm really tempted to go back and pick it up because that's one of the games I've always wanted to play. I
Is
hear
that
it's
Castlevania?
Castlevania
I've never
Symphony of the
even
Night.
heard of it. So.
Yeah, it's the one. It's the
Never
very
played it.
first breakaway from the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo. I believe it was the successor to Castlevania 4, or Super Castlevania 4 on the Super Nintendo. That was the next one that came out. It was actually on the PlayStation, and then it branched off into a whole other series of games. That my Castlevania experience stopped with the Super Nintendo for the most part. So that's a game that, because I'm such a huge Castlevania fan, I'm kind of shocked that I've never really played it yet. But there you go. There's my top 5 games that I've never played that I'm a little embarrassed about, or whatever you want to say. So that being said, let's just move on here. And thank you, Melissa and Eric, for tagging me. I do enjoy tag videos from time to time. They're kind of fun to. I haven't done a video in a while, and sometimes it's a good opportunity to have a reason to jump in front of the camera and say hey. So thank you for tagging me. I do appreciate it. I know not everybody enjoys the tag videos. Sometimes they can be annoying, but I kind of enjoy them sometimes. So thank you. Excuse me. So next, I wanted to mention a couple quick things before we get into your thing you want to show off. There's been a ton of things going on with the Cartridge Club lately. Number one, I want to mention that I was invited to be part of a collaboration video with Joe Goes Retro for a NES A to Z, which was really fun to do. We all got to pick a letter, whoever was involved, and pick a game out for the NES that was associated with that letter. Mine was J, so I picked Jackal for the NES. And go check it out. I'll put a link down in the description. It was really fun to do. The video came out really good. It was really fun, and it was just a really kind of neat project to be involved in. And I really thank you, Joe, for inviting me on to be a part of it. It was really fun. And that was my very first ever game review. I've never done a game review before, believe it or not. And I really enjoyed it. It was only a minute long, but I thought, man, this was fun. I liked capturing the footage and doing the voiceover and coming up with a little script to say. I thought it was really fun to do. So I might maybe try doing some game reviews here in the near future because I really, really enjoyed it. So thanks again, Joe Goes Retro. Go check it out. It's a really cool video. And again, thanks, Joe, for inviting me on to do it. So the next thing I want to talk about is, you got anything to say? I'm doing a lot of talking here. You want to jump in for a second or just say hi?
Hi.
Okay. Now let me move on again. So the Cartridge Club does this.
Wait, Dad, are you gonna tag anybody?
I didn't think about that. No, I don't think I am because I really didn't put in thought into it. You know what?
How are you gonna keep it going?
I will
on?
tag 2 people if they haven't been tagged yet. Kyle, from Kyle. There's 3 letters, 325 or whatever it is. I'll put the link down here and the title down here. But Kyle, I will tag you and the Donovan Viper. How about that? There's
Who's
2 people
the Donovan Viper?
off the top. He's a YouTuber.
I've never seen him.
He's in the Cartridge Club. You don't know everybody in the club, okay?
I guess I don't. There's like
No, you
100 something members.
Yeah, there's quite a few now.
It
Speaking
says
of
it on-
which, The club has been on fire. Never been better. I've been so into it. And the CC Weekly, which is the podcast / video that the Cartridge Brothers put out now once a week to go over news items and club activity and just rants and everything. And they did a spotlight of us this week, and I was just blown away by some of the things they said. So heartfelt and so just kind words that they said. It just kind of blew me away. So I really was touched by that. And I came home and showed my wife, and she was just smiling ear to ear, just hearing all the nice things said about our family.
Oh, we're not happy till you're smiling from ear to ear.
Yeah, exactly. So I really appreciate the kind words and the spotlight this week. It was very heartfelt, and I really, it really made me feel good, made my day. So thanks so much, guys, for that. I really do appreciate it. And the game nights have been fun. We're doing game nights at the Cartridge Club.
We played Halo 3.
Playing
Me and
Halo.
Bobby did.
They've been
we played
playing.
Halo 3 with the Cartridge Club.
We played
the other
Splatoon
night.
tonight. We played Mario Kart 8 a couple times. So it's been really fun. And obviously the weekly hangout session on Tuesdays with the CC Hangouts, whatever you want to call it. That's been really fun. I've been trying to get on there at least an hour or so. I can't stay on real long because I have to get up early for work. But it's fun to jump on there and chat with everybody. And the club has never been better. Again, the website's been fantastic. Dean's been doing a great job. The Fandango boys have been doing an awesome job. They had a great 3.5 hour podcast this week. Actually, it was 3 hours and 45 minutes, I think, with Chris from Narc Podcast. And it was just such a great episode. So bravo, guys. Everybody's been doing fantastic. Vintage is putting out great videos. I can't say enough good things about everybody and all the content.
Did you see the Vintage with his son?
I did.
That was awesome.
Great stuff. So I know it's getting long here. I'm rambling here. I'm talking too fast, but whatever. I think that's. Oh, I wanted to thank you guys for all the great comments on our last music video we did. What was it called?
I forget what it's called.
We got games.
Oh yeah, we got.
So
games.
I appreciate all the response and we put a lot of work in. It wasn't. I don't think it turned out as good as I in my mind had it. I wanted it to for whatever reason. It was great. I liked it. But I put way more time into that one than I did my other two because it was difficult or more complicated with all the sounds and all that stuff. So it was really fun to do. I think it turned out good, and I really appreciate all the comments. And I made a fool out of myself again on camera, but just give me my retro. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It's our last couple videos. Go back. It's called We Got Games. It's a little music video I did. So anyway, thanks again for all the warm response for that. Okay, let's move on to you, Luke, real quick. Luke got a new toy here. He's very excited to show everybody. So let's go ahead and pull it up here.
It's not a toy. Okay, guys.
It's not a toy. I did tell him that.
You guys may know that I'm a super huge Disney fan.
Yeah.
And so, recently at the local antique store.
No. It's a retro store.
It's the same thing.
No. It's called Chesapeake Retro. It is not an antique store. It is a retro store. It is specifically honed for people like me who love.
Well, this is an antique.
I know. I'm not saying they don't have antiques, but it's not really an antique store. It's a lot different than an antique store.
It's a store for old stuff.
No,
Dad.
it's called Chesapeake Retro Media. It primarily focuses on media.
Well, this is
films, records, video games, tapes. They do have things like books, which is media, but they also have glasses and some trinkets. But it's primarily a retro themed store. Move on. Anyway, go ahead.
Retro and antique both mean the same thing. It means old stuff.
When you think of antique store, you think of like lamps and dusty old like statues. It is not like that. It's a retro media store. Move on.
It's the same thing. Okay.
Move on. Comments, whatever. We'll argue about it in the comments section.
Okay. I got this. And yeah, it's Mickey Mouse. And it doesn't seem like much. But if you open it up, then this is what it is. It's an 8mm film reel that has Mickey Mouse on it. And it's really cool. This one is Dog Catcher Mickey, which is a great film. So this, I didn't have anything to play it on. And so, for, at the same place, I also got this, which is a projector that, hang on just a sec. I don't know if they can see it, but can you guys see it? It's right there.
They can see it.
So So
explain to them what it is. It's an 8mm.
8mm projector. And so
You don't have to put it all together. It's going to take too long.
I just want to show them where it fits in. So this goes right
I don't know if they
here.
can see that. Let me just say. Go ahead. Keep on going.
So this.
No, you have to hold that up, bud. There you go.
So this goes right here, and then it
Yeah, you weave it through here, through the lens, and it lights up. And you bring it. You put a take-up reel here, and it, I actually have a video I'll throw in there so you can see it.
There's a video right now, so you guys can watch that. But yeah, and it's really, really cool, and it's like really old and stuff. And yeah, and so it's one of the original Walt Disney Mickey Mouse classic cartoons. And yeah, it's really, really cool. So I'm really happy to have this.
And this is one of the advantages of having a local retro shop. We have a relationship with the guy. He knew Luke really wanted to get one of these things, and he found one for him and gave it to him for $20, which was a tremendous deal. I think these things go for a little bit more than that. But he cleaned it up real good. He tested it out. He had to put some parts on from another one, and the thing is in really good shape. It's super clean, works really good, and it's a really cool kind of toy. Not toy, but a neat thing to have to watch some films on the wall in the bedroom, old school. So
it's really cool,
really neat. So he's really into Disney, as everybody knows, but this is kind of a new hobby for him.
And this is like from like the 30s or 40s. Like that's how old it is.
That's his. He wanted to show that off with me today. So
really, really cool, and it's really nice to watch films like Mickey Mouse, and so yeah.
Yeah. So okay, well that's it. We're running long here already. So I do plan on doing some more videos here in the near future with the other kids, but I just didn't want to make this one too long. I wanted to respond to the tag and have Lukey show off a sing and just talk about some current things real quick, and that's about it. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. I'll put all the links to all the people I mentioned down below. Go check everybody out, the Cartridge Club, www.cartridgeclub.org, where all the magic is happening, and you can check everybody out through that website. So, and they also do a, what's it called, where you give them money? Dang it, what's it called?
A Kickstarter?
No,
PayPal?
I can't think of it. PayPal, no. A Patreon, that's it. So if you want to,
patriotic.
If you want to donate some money to the club, there's some perks and benefits, but it's well worth a couple dollars a month to put into all the work that the guys put into the club, the website, the podcast, the cost to run things. So I'm gladly donating to that, and I encourage anybody else that's involved in the club to do that as well. It really could enhance the club, and not that it could get much better, but anyway, I just thought I'd mention that too. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time. And whoever's going to MagFest, if I don't make another video between now and then, I'll see you at MagFest because my wife and I got the room booked, and we're super excited to go to MagFest again.
You just went to MagFest.
That was last year. Well, it's not till sometime in the winter. Or no, I don't know when it is. A couple months. I don't know anything. My wife does everything, so she's got the schedule. Anyway, it's sometime in a couple months from now.
Oh,
so,
and one more thing.
November, I think.
One more thing, guys. So,
oh my gosh, I'm trying to close out here. Go ahead, hurry up.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so I have a new game that's on itch.io, but it's in early access, so it's not on my website yet. So just check it out in the link below. Bye. Yeah, there you go.
All right, guys, thanks again. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
That was great. I think that went really well.
It did.